It started with a call about a gas leak, a quiet neighborhood, a normal house, 318 Hollow Creek Lane. But what firefighters found inside that home wasn't just a leak. It was a message, one that changed everything. Tucked behind the furnace, wrapped in duct tape, was a diary. The last words written inside: "If this is found, he's not who you think he is." The Harpers were what neighbors called storybook perfect. Greg, charming, helpful, active in the community. Elena, quiet, kind, always smiling. 2 kids, Ava, 14, and Liam, 10. A family that waved at you from the porch and brought cookies at Christmas. But on August 4th, they vanished. No struggle, no signs of forced entry. The only clue? A suspicious gas smell leaking from the kitchen line. Police thought it was a freak accident. Maybe carbon monoxide. Maybe they left. But nothing was stolen. Nothing was packed. And no one ever saw them again. 6 months later, the power company restored gas to the vacant home. That's when the odor came back, stronger than ever. So firefighters went in. No fire, no bodies, just silence. Until a firefighter noticed the furnace looked tampered with. Behind it, a wrapped bundle, a diary, Elena's. She wrote about Greg, how he'd changed, how he started locking his office, how she found a burner phone in his trunk, and most chilling of all, how he whispered Ava's name in his sleep, over and over. The final entry, he knows. Police reopened the house, and this time they dug deep, literally. A new concrete slab in the garage raised questions. It hadn't been there before. They broke through it and found bones, 3 sets, small, children, but none of them belonged to Ava or Liam. None of them were Harpers. Tests showed the remains were from 3 unidentified children, unreported, unknown. That's when the story exploded. Authorities tried to contact Greg's employer, his insurance, even the DMV. And then the bombshell. Greg Harper didn't exist. The social security number was fake. Stolen. Facial recognition nailed it. Greg Harper was actually Russell Keene, a man who vanished in 2002 after being linked to 2 missing children in Oregon. Never charged, never found. Until now, he had reinvented himself. Married Elena, raised 2 children, built a new life on top of old crimes. Police searched for the Harpers' remains. Nothing. No signs of where they'd gone. No bodies. No blood. Just that diary. Then, on January 12th, a call came into the Carver County Sheriff's Office. Block number 4:33 a.m. A child's voice whispered, "He's not gone. He's here." And hung up. The call was traced to a payphone in Missouri, 500 miles away. Security footage nearby showed a man who looked exactly like Russell Keene, wearing a baseball cap, walking into a gas station with a girl who looked like Ava. The house was demolished. The diary remains in evidence, but one page is missing. The final page. What did it say? Who were the children buried in the garage? And how many more are still out there? Is Russell Keene on the move again? Because here's the thing, he's never taken a whole family before. Until now, law enforcement issued a BOLO, be on the lookout. High alert across 5 states. But the car, a dark gray Chevy Suburban, was gone. No plates, no toll records. Like it vanished into the cornfields. Then another twist. A call came into a truck stop security office in Kansas. A woman said she saw a man and girl matching the description. They were in the bathroom for 45 minutes. He left holding her hand, like a father. But when investigators arrived, the girl's name was scratched into the mirror. Ava was here. Help. Detectives dove deeper into Keene's original identity. Before Greg Harper. Before the Harpers. Russell Keene had lived in 4 states under different names. Each time, kids vanished nearby. But here's the pattern. He never killed quickly. He watched. He played a role, then erased everything. Investigators now believe Ava and Liam may have been held alive for weeks, possibly longer. A break came when a former co-worker of Greg's came forward. He remembered Greg talking about a cabin by the lake. Said it was his escape plan. Cops pulled satellite imagery. near Big Pine Lake, Minnesota, just outside town. An old fishing shack, deed in a fake name. A tactical team moved in. Inside, empty, but in the freezer, a school ID, Liam Harper's, dated 1 month after the family disappeared. On the wall was a Polaroid, dated 2007. A girl holding a teddy bear. She wasn't Ava, wasn't Elena, and definitely not Liam. Facial recognition hit on a cold case. Rachel Danvers, age 8, vanished in Oregon in 2006. Never found. Until now. DNA confirmed. Rachel's bones were 2 of the 3 found in the Harper garage, which means the third skeleton still has no name. How many children did he take? How many names are in that diary's missing final page? Then came the postcard, mailed to the local station. No return address. On the front, a picture of the Gateway Arch in St. Louis. On the back, "You're always too late, RK," and beneath it a red smudge. Blood, lipstick, or a message. Investigators believe it's not just a taunt. It's a countdown. Russell Keene is out there. He has at least one of the Harper children, maybe both, and he's moving again. The FBI believes he's planning something bigger, a final act, because here's the question no one wants to ask. What if Elena never left? What if she's still with them? And what if the final page of that diary is buried with her? Russell Keene, the man who pretended to be Greg Harper, the man who built a family on lies and destroyed them. But one detail on the postcard stood out. A red smudge. Forensics confirmed it wasn't lipstick. It was type AB blood, the same blood type as Elena Harper. The stamp on the postcard traced back to a post office near Union Station in downtown St. Louis. So the FBI canvassed the area. Surveillance footage turned up nothing. But at the Greyhound terminal, something was off. An old locker, one of the few still active, signed out with fake ID. Stanley G. Harper. When agents opened it, here's what they found. A woman's compact mirror, smeared with blood, a child's sock, size 3T, and a flash drive. On it, grainy video. The camera shows a dim room, a mattress on the floor, one figure pacing, a child's voice humming. Then, a man steps into frame. We can't see his face, but the voice is unmistakable. "Say hello, Ava." A girl looks up, silent, pale, then whispers, "Please come find us." The footage ends, using timestamps and background noise, specifically a train horn every 47 minutes. Agents triangulated the possible location to an abandoned rail yard just outside St. Louis. Inside one of the buildings, investigators found what they feared. Torn wallpaper with children's drawings, scratches on the inside of a locked door, a small shoe stuffed with cash. But no bodies, no people, no blood, just another message. Spray painted on the wall. "You'll never find the last one." Who was the last one? This question haunts investigators. Because if Ava is alive and Liam is alive, then who is the last one? Is it Elena? Or someone else? The third skeleton found under the Harper garage still hasn't been identified. And now, there's growing evidence Russell Keene didn't work alone. A blurred figure appears briefly in the flash drive video, holding a phone, wearing gloves. Too short to be Russell, possibly a woman, a helper, a partner, or someone under his control. Then a new lead, a voicemail left on the Harper family's old landline, recovered from cloud backups. Timestamp, July 28th, 11:17 p.m., 1 week before the family vanished. A trembling voice says, "You don't know who you're married to. He did this before. Don't go on that trip. Please." Click. Phone records trace it back to a prepaid burner, registered under the name Maya Elgin, a woman who vanished in 2016. Never found. Her daughter, age 6, disappeared with her. Come full circle to the diary. The one Elena Harper left behind. One page was torn out, the final page. But forensic indentation analysis, using oblique lighting and handwriting enhancement, revealed partial text from the missing sheet. Here's what it says. "He told me if I ever spoke, I'd end up like the others. buried like Rachel, like the one he keeps in the freezer. But I wrote this down anyway, because I know he's planning something final. He keeps saying, 3 families, 1 ending. 3 families, 1 ending. We know of 2, the Harpers, and Maya Elgin and her daughter. But who was the first? And what is this ending he's planning? Russell Keene is still out there, a master of masks, a ghost with a pulse. And now it seems he's orchestrating something final, across 3 families, 3 timelines, 3 states. The FBI is working against time, because just last week, a woman matching Elena Harper's description was spotted in a farmer's field in Iowa, wearing a hospital gown, running barefoot. By the time deputies arrived, she was gone, but a piece of paper was found caught in a fence, scrawled in rushed, jagged handwriting. Don't trust a woman in red. And now we have one more mystery. Who is the woman in red? And is she already watching? 3 families vanished. 1 man wore different names. 1 woman left behind a diary that exposed everything. Now, the final truth has surfaced, and it's darker than we imagined. On March 6, 2025, just outside Sioux City, Iowa, local deputies raided an abandoned farmhouse after multiple reports of screaming from a cornfield. What they found inside shocked even hardened agents. The basement had been converted into a makeshift bunker, soundproof walls, a twin mattress with chains bolted to the floor, crude maps with red pins across 6 states, and a freezer. Inside the freezer, a severed hand, wearing a wedding ring. The ring matched Elena Harper's, but dental records confirmed the hand didn't belong to her. It belonged to Maya Elgin. A laptop recovered from the farmhouse contained 38 encrypted video files, each labeled by date and initials. They documented over a decade of training sessions, psychological manipulation, isolation, control. Keene didn't just abduct children. He raised them, reprogrammed them. He didn't want victims. He wanted disciples. And one, it seemed, followed orders perfectly. The girl in red. She appears in several videos. No name given. Only a whisper from Keene. She'll carry the plan if I fall. Investigators now believe the woman in red mentioned in Elena's final message was a stranger. She was a survivor. And a weapon. Her DNA was found in 3 locations. 1, the Harper House crawlspace. 2, the St. Louis bus terminal locker. 3, the Iowa farmhouse. Her name? Abigail Danvers, the older sister of Rachel Danvers, the little girl whose bones were found under the Harper garage. Abigail vanished in 2005. She would be 26 today. Authorities now believe she was groomed by Keene after Rachel's murder. He broke her, built her back up, and sent her out into the world to finish what he started. In a locked compartment inside Keene's farmhouse desk, agents found the final page of Elena Harper's diary, the one he tore out. It reads, "He told me the plan is bigger than me. He says I was the second act. The first was years ago. The third is already in motion. She wears red. She's not lost. She's chosen." And at the bottom, "If you find this, save my children. Don't let them become him." DNA collected from the farmhouse revealed something staggering. There were no traces of Liam Harper, but there were traces of 2 unknown male children, both under age 10, never identified. So where is Liam? Then came the real break. Ava Harper was spotted in a surveillance photo at a clinic in South Dakota. She was using a fake name, pregnant. When investigators arrived, she was gone, but the nurse she spoke to remembered her final words. "You can't save him. He belongs to her now." 3 weeks ago, a traffic cam near the Canadian border picked up a van crossing north. Inside were 2 women, one in red. The passenger, a girl who looked like Ava, holding an infant. Border Patrol was alerted too late. By the time the van was flagged, it had crossed into remote Alberta wilderness. It hasn't been seen since. Russell Keene is presumed dead. His blood was found near the farmhouse, but no body, no fingerprints, no closure. Elena Harper's fate remains unknown. Maya Elgin is confirmed deceased. Her daughter was never found. Rachel Danvers is buried under the Harper house. Her sister Abigail is now the most wanted woman in North America. And Ava Harper? She may be the only one who knows the full truth, but she's running towards something, or maybe running the whole thing. Because here's what haunts everyone involved. The diary, the maps, the grooming, the cross-state abductions. This wasn't just a predator. This was a system. And someone else might be in charge now. In the final seconds of the last surveillance footage, Abigail Danvers looked directly into the camera. She smiled, held up a sign. It read, "One ending, 3 beginnings." The Hollow Creek case is technically closed, but law enforcement knows better. Because this wasn't a story with an ending. This was a story with an air. Subscribe for more deep dives. Stay alert, stay aware, and remember, evil doesn't die. It recruits.